Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Charzhino. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting, send in a paid request for any topics, reactions, randomness, out of the blueness, re-reviews, out of the blueness, just pretty much anything in between, commentary, news, ranking list, random topic, whatever. Feel free to send it directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box under the video. And say I said topic like 8 times during that sentence, I'll say it one more time. The topic is Ridley Scott versus superhero films. Now Ridley Scott, the director of Alien, Blade Runner, Black Rain. Black Rain I enjoy. G.I. Jane I think is underrated, at least a little bit. Pretty much Ridley Scott, he did a film called The Last Duel, which grossed like 25 million worldwide on a $100 million budget. And this is his quote, Ridley Scott. I'll read it first. I think what it boils down to, what we've got today, are the audiences who were brought up on these fucking cell phones. The millennial does not ever want to be taught anything unless you're told it on a cell phone. This is a broad stroke, but I think we're dealing with it right now with Facebook. This is a misdirection that has happened where it's given the wrong kind of confidence to the latest generation, I think. The best films are driven by the characters. We'll come to superheroes after this if you want, because I'll crush it. I'll fucking crush it. They're fucking boring as shit. Superhero movie strips are not any fucking good. I mean, is he wrong? Is he wrong? I mean, I wouldn't say not any fucking good in the past. Whether it be Superman the movie, despite the ending. Batman 89, Batman Returns. You know, I like Deadpool, Deadpool 2, I liked even more. I liked a couple of Captain America movies. But I get his point. Especially look at films nowadays. And let's be honest, The Last Duel was gonna bomb. I could guess it was gonna bomb. Those kind of films... What was the last time a film with knight and armor and swords that was a hit at the box office? How many times did they try to remake Teen Arthur, and how many times was that successful? Very fucking rarely, if ever. Let's maybe back to the day was Excalibur. But that stuff doesn't... Those movies don't become hits. Very rarely do they become hits. So when they try, like, even Robin Hood. Ridley Scott did a Robin Hood. They didn't do well, and I could have guessed that. I'm like, maybe back in the day, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that time period would work. Not then. I mean, not nowadays. Like The Last Duel, I saw the trailer and went, yeah, this film's gonna bomb. I was right. I mean, when you break down his comments, yes, a lot of the audience is brought up with a phone. There's a lot of people, not everybody. There's a lot of people out there. There is a, I don't want to say opposition, but there's a lot of newer people that will believe anything on Facebook, will believe anything that they read on the phone, see on the phone, and don't do any research. This is why people read one thing, they go, yep, that's it, 100%. Well, can you do a little bit of research? No, 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 no. I mean, I hate to bring up the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, as I didn't know what was going on, and people kept mentioning him, like, what's this about? Well, 2 people attacked the guy, and the guy defended himself, and they ended up dying because self-defense. And people are saying Kyle Rittenhouse is a piece of shit who should die and go to jail forever. And I'm like, and the people that they're defending that he killed, one of the people he killed was a child sex abuser. Child sex abuser. Who tried to attack this guy. The guy killed him, defended him. I'm like, you know what? Good. I'm glad Kyle Rittenhouse killed him. Even if it wasn't self-defense. If you're a child sex abuser, in my opinion, you deserve to die. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're a P to the E to the D to the O, if you're a child sex abuser, I think you should just be shot in the head until you're dead. And I don't give a fuck. But then people fucking... Pedro Pascal, I liked in The Mandalorian, but you're wrong on this. Stephen King takes a fucking, meditation. LeBron James, retired, get the fuck out of my face. Never gave a shit about you as a basketball player. Your Space Jam movie sucked dick. Josh Gad, never liked you. So you can fucking blow off. Blow yourself. Blow whoever. Keep doing your fucking YouTube get-togethers. But again, they just see something and they just believe it, and people don't do their research. They don't think about history. How many times we talk about they don't learn from the past, which you need to learn from the past. Why? It's because so you don't repeat the mistakes of the past. That's why you learn from the past. That's why you study the past. So the same mistakes are not repeated. And that doesn't happen. And he said that's a broad stroke. It is a broad stroke. Not everybody's like that, but there's a lot of people going into that. Now, granted, part of me's like, I don't know what that has to do with this movie, The Last Duel, flopping. Given the wrong kind of confidence in this latest generation. Again, I'm trying to piece like how that really delves into his movie flopping. I think he's just probably blowing off steam. I mean, really, Scott, your past couple films have been pretty shitty too. Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Those are pretty fucking awful too. In fact, what was the last good film you did? Did he do The Martian? If so, I liked The Martian. Was that really? That might have been released out. I can't remember now. I remember liking the film. So I'll tell you that. I liked that one. I like G.I. Jane. I like Black Rain. Alien's my favorite. But again, your recent work hasn't been that good either. The best films are driven by characters. I could see that. Superheroes, they're fucking boring as shit. The recent spat of them, yeah, I would agree. Because I've said that not all of them. I can't say, as much as I've complained about it, not all of them. Iron Man, I like. Captain America. Those are, despite the spectacle, you said driven by characters. Iron Man is driven by the character Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and they do a nice job developing his character, that he realizes his weaponry, what it's been used for. That's why he wants to go the opposite direction. Captain America, a man out of his own time, trying to fit in, and his old school values, and this much more cynical society. And but that, along with the action, the spectacle, is what makes the Captain America films work, and what made the first Iron Man movie work. Even the first Thor worked well enough where you had driven by the character of a guy who's got to get humbled, who's cocky, was full of himself, but then ate the biggest piece of humble pie. So that's driven by character. So there are superhero movies driven by character. Superman the movie, prime example. All those powers, I couldn't save them. You were born, you were here for a reason, and it's not to score touchdowns. That's driven by character. So superhero films can be driven by character, and there's a lot of examples of that. But again, if you're talking about the recent couple years, Black Panther, yes, I'll say it. Black Panther is an overrated, shitty movie. Blade is better. Blade 2 is better. The review's not up because of all the bullshit, but I remember when I ranted on Black Panther, I was called racist because I didn't like the fucking film. I'm like, yeah, I'm racist. You know what's better? Blade is better. Blade 2 kissed the fucking shit out of Black Panther. And guess what? Blade 1 and 2 were not nominated for Best Picture Oscar. Even if you like Black Panther, can you really tell me it's a movie that's worthy of Academy Award nomination for Best Picture? The Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, Black Panther. Really? Really? I'll take Blade and Blade 2. I might even take fucking Blank Man over Black Panther. I'm not even a big Blank Man fan. Shang-Chi. Shit Fu. Black Widow. I'd rather play with a black dildo. Fucking the Eternals. That make you fall into an eternal slumber. If you're talking about recent, yeah, their strips are not any fucking good. And I buy Ridley Scott his diatribe on that. I know Martin Scorsese had this whole thing too, and at the time, it's like, there are films I like Scorsese, but it's gotten worse. And when you look at what Martin Scorsese said about superhero films, look at what Ridley Scott, and of all of them, of all time, no, not of all of them all time. But you look at like the past 3 years, they got a good point. And that's why something's going to crumble. Something's going to crumble because I would say they can't keep this up. Maybe they can. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But again, a lot of what Ridley Scott said, he's not wrong. Granted, again, his past couple films were not really good either. Like, really, maybe you should worry about making... You made 2 Alien films and they were pieces of trash. In fact, although he does have a good track record too, the Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did District 9, he was going to do an Alien film with Sigourney Weaver and Michael Biehn. Like an alternate Alien 3. Then they said, nope, you're not doing it because Ridley Scott's going to do Alien Covenant. The film where a xenomorph kills someone in a shower as if it was Jason Voorhees. Jesus Christ, Alien Covenant. So that's what I mean, like, is it Ridley Scott? Those scripts were not any fucking good either. I mean, you think Alien Covenant and Prometheus scripts were any fucking good? They weren't. They were worst parts of... They were good visual movies, especially Prometheus, but the scripts were not any fucking good. So, it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black. But, I did his sentiment. And again, the millennial stuff, again, I don't think that really goes into why his film flopped. I think his film flopped because those type of films, they rarely make money. And if you go back through the past 20 years, if you list all the films of that nature that made money, it'd be a short list. And I haven't seen the film. Maybe the film just sucks. I don't know. But it's a pretty, yeah. Well, I saw the trailer, I'm like, nah, I don't really care to see it. And it seems like a pretty long film. I'm tired of these fucking movies being 2.5 hours long and whatever. I'm just fucking sick of it. Learn how to pace your fucking film. Not every film has to be 2.5 hours fucking long. Christ. How they did fucking colonoscopy. Can't even say the fucking word. The bed that you put in your dick. In your pee hole. And you piss in it. And you tear that around while you're watching the fucking film. But I mean... Yeah, there's a lot of people that just live on their fucking phone. Or in this all day. And I believe this because someone said it on Twitter, so I must be 100% correct. And they said it, and they said it, so, yep, that's it. I believe it now. You want to do research? No, that's it. Hell, it could get to a point they said that the Nazis didn't exist. That was just propaganda to make the Germans look bad. People think that's ridiculous. 10 years time, don't be surprised if that conspiracy theory pops up. Like everything else. Nazis, they never existed. I get what Ridley Scott is saying. And I'm like, is he really that wrong? But at the same time, I'm like... Again, considering your past couple films, you're not any room to talk either. So it's like Martin Scorsese, it made more sense from him because at least his films have been more consistently on the ball compared to Ridley. And let's be honest, Ridley Scott got mad because his film bombed, and he was, when you have $100 million budgeted flick, which I don't know why the fuck someone thought that was a good idea, I would blame the person who greenlit it. Because if you look around what films make money, I felt like The Last Duel is not one of those that would make money, especially enough to cover a $100 million budget. Whoever greenlit it, it's their fault. I could have told you it was not going to make money. So, whoever did that is a fucking idiot. And a fucking moron. Just saying. But, I'm not sure what else to say. But yeah, there's a lot of people that just will believe anything they read on Facebook or Twitter without doing any deep dive into it. Take it at face value, run with it. That's how people get canceled. Someone just go and accuse someone of something, and then they take it as the truth immediately. And they go, well, wait, what about, is innocent until proven guilty? Nope, that's not it. Why? That's been it for forever. Nope, not anymore. And they goes to all their facets. They goes to politics I'm not going to get into. They get to all sorts of stuff. Or if enough people tell you that a movie is great, Twitter, well, that must mean it's great. But what's your opinion? Well, that guy on Twitter, no, what's your opinion? Well, that guy on Facebook, no, what's your opinion? It doesn't matter if it's different. If it's your opinion, it's your opinion. Like for me, I have my opinion on anything and everything. If people disagree, alright. If people agree, cool. I like The Mandalorian. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I haven't seen. No one sent in a request for it. But I've heard about it. I've seen my friend's review of it. It sounds like a big pile of dog shit. It sounds like The Force Awakens of Ghostbusters. People say I'm crazy. I remember when I fucking saw Force Awakens and people said it was the best movie ever. Time didn't hold on for that movie. But hey, if people disagree, that's fine. We can listen to conversation. But I'll stand by what I say. And hey, Ridley Scott stands by what he says. I swear there was another quote he said, like, I already made my superhero movies. They're called Alien and Blade Runner. And I'm like, Alien's not a superhero movie, dude. Or, no, I think it was comic book movie. It wasn't superhero, it was comic book movie. I already made my comic book movies, Alien and Blade Runner. I'm like, no, really, I wouldn't call it that. Blade Runner, I mean, maybe. Alien, no. I forget his terminology, so I won't go deep into that. But yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree a whole lot about what Ridley Scott says, but again, let's be honest, it's because his film... Again, when you're in charge of a movie that's $100 million budget, $25 million worldwide, so the studio lost, with marketing, a shit ton of money. A shit ton of film. And no matter how you want to pass the buck, a lot of the blame's going to go on the director, whether it deserves to or not. It may not deserve to, but they're going to look at Ridley Scott, they go, I mean, I'm surprised, like, was Alien Covenant even that much of a hit? But they give him $100 million to do a film like The Last Duel? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, I can't really blame him for thinking that superhero films, there was a time where they'd have a decent script and driven by characters. Nowadays, This year in particular, I like the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad that's driven by characters. It is. Idris Elba and even Teen Shark. They're driven by the characters. And there's a lot of fun to it as well. Other than that, though, all this other shit, I've turned with Ridley Scott on that one. Past couple years, so. But again, when you make the Alien Covenant, you're not one to talk about shitty strips. Same with Prometheus. That was a fucking film where a goddamn guy got high on his own supply in his own fucking spacesuit, Ridley. Remember Prometheus? The guy got high in his spacesuit, and another fucking alien that looked like a dick. And the guy's like, "Ooh, you look so pretty. You look so pretty." Ah, you. The fuck you doing, Ridley? What you doing? So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.